Today, I'm going to take a look to see if I can add shackles, you know, those little D-ring shackles, to the front end of my Tacoma back here. For a couple of reasons. One, it would be nice to have a couple of more recovery points on it for down the road in case I ever need it. And two, to be able to add a more aesthetic appeal to the front of the truck, because frankly, I really like the looks of those shackles hanging down in the front of the truck, you know, in the bumper area there. So I've actually found a company that makes a, they call it a D-ring or shackle mount or anchor that you can actually put on the front of the Tacoma, assuming that you already have existing on the front of the Tacoma what you need. So I'm going to take a look. We've got you guys out here with me. From what I've read, there's supposed to be a couple of shipping mounting points that they use to chain down the truck when they ship it, either with chains or straps on a locomotive or even on a truck. So that's what we're looking for under here, and brought you guys with me. It should be 2 bolts from what I've seen. Now, I'm not seeing those. Of course, we have the little tow hook thing right here, but I'm looking for a couple of bolts somewhere in here on the frame. I don't know that I really see them under here. Perhaps they're behind the skid plate. Let's take a closer look up here. And I do see a couple of bolts right here. But they should be running front to back, not side to side like you can see. One of the bolt holes is actually for the skid plate. So I'm not seeing what I'm looking for here. We do have 2 holes here in this cross member that potentially we could put some sort of a mount there, although you really have no way to get inside to put a bolt behind this, so that might be kind of difficult to do, unless of course you take this bolt off and by chance this piece slides out. It does look like it goes right inside of this area here, but I'm not exactly sure that you'd be able to do that. So let's look a little further under here. I don't see any more on this side, so maybe I would only be able to go with 1. Let's go over and look on this side. Laying around out here in the dirt. And looking over here, we do have the 2 bolts here for this little tie down area, I guess. But I don't see anything else here in the front. Like what I've seen in some of the older Tacomas, to be able to bolt up a tie down here. So all we have is this unit, and it doesn't stick down far enough for me that I would do anything as far as shackles go. We do have this cross member here again, and I suppose if I was just looking for aesthetic appeal, again, if you can get this piece out, and I'm not sure that this bolt will allow you to do that or not, I'm not sure of its purpose, you could put some sort of an anchor or something here to be able to put some D-rings underneath here. But other than that, I'm not really seeing anything in the front that would allow me to do that. Now, it's possible that I could somehow find a bracket that I could use right on here with the skid plate mount, or the skid plate mounting bolts, to be able to mount a couple of shackles under here. And that would be pretty cool. I mean, if they hang down under here a little bit, I think that would be pretty neat as well. Let's take a look at that from the front. Now, get my legs out of the way. Obviously, it would be they'd be closer together. I mean, you'd have one over here and one over here hanging down, but potentially you could still put a couple of D-rings hanging down, one here and one there, with some sort of a bracket that you could use on the skid plate. Again, I'm not sure if that'll work or not. I don't know. And we do, of course, have the existing recovery points here, so it's not like I'm without. You could obviously hook onto here. You'd want to make sure that you're going to clear the bumper area, though, because if you've got a chain or a strap on here and you're pulling up, you're going to damage the bottom of your shroud or cover right here, so that would be an issue. Another reason to have some sort of a D-ring system, I guess, pointing down. Now, one other thing I'll mention, we do have these bolts here that if I had some sort of a, and this would be perfect actually, if I had some sort of an anchor that would fit in those areas, I could actually go ahead and put some shackles there. So, check that out. What do you think of that idea? I could have a mount right there, assuming these bolts are long enough to allow for that. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of this is. We'll have to see. I think once I get the truck on the lift again, we'll take a look and see exactly what the purpose of these bolts is. But I think, actually, I could mount some sort of a bracket here on each side and then have my shackles hanging down from there, and I think that would look pretty cool. What I would probably do is go ahead and have the bracket itself black and then paint the shackles voodoo blue to match the truck. So I need some sort of a mount or an anchor that just has a single hole through it, comes down and allows me to mount my shackle. That would actually work perfectly, and then I don't have to mess with the existing recovery points on the truck. I can just leave those in place, not a big deal. So I'd actually have 4 points on the front of the truck, which might be kind of cool anyway. So I think that's how I'm going to approach this. Take one more look over here at this one. Yeah, and I think that would give me an equidistant, if you will, stance for the truck, because they seem to be the same distance on each side from the edges of the truck, so they wouldn't look skewed or out of place there. Huh. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that will probably give me what I need to be able to get a couple of D-rings on the front of the truck. And again, two reasons, and I'll be honest with you, the biggest reason I'd be looking to do it is for aesthetic purposes. I just like the way they look, but the added bonus is a second and third, or a third and fourth recovery point for the truck, should I ever get into any kind of situation, I guess, where I might need that. Anyway, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you've added D-rings with mounts to the front of your stock Tacoma, let me know what you did. If you've got a place that supplies something like that, I'd be real interested to hear. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Shameless plug real quick. If you haven't before and you're interested, check out my other channel. It is RobMotion, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator up there. And don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.